Yeah, good morning, guys. So we were checking on how to test the APIs, right? So normally in companies, mostly they use two platforms for testing the APIs. One is either Swagger UI or Postman. Both the ways, you just need to. They will provide you each and every API. You just need to run and check whether it's properly working or not as a tester. So manual testers, they just execute manually and say whether they are getting the uh, proper response or not. Then how do we do as a performance tester? How do you create the script for this? Because there is no form for this. There is no UI. So API runs at the background. There is no UI, right? So first what we will do is you will explore each API manually. If it is manually working, then only we need to create. Say for example, this is one API, find by status. So here, first how do you do manually in Swagger UI? Every time you just need to click on try it out. If I click on try it out, so it will allow us to execute. So I want to check available. Now click on execute. So this is what get method API. So in Swagger, the advantage is everything is already set for you. Just need to click on try it out and execute. At least in Postman, you need to run each one individually, but here everything is set. So that's why Swagger UI, if you get, it's very easy. Otherwise, sometimes developers, they'll put you in Excel. In Excel, they'll maintain like this is the endpoint URL, this is the method, and this is the test data you need to pass, parameters in body what you need to pass. Everything they'll put you in Excel sheet, and they'll give you that Excel sheet. You just need to copy that URL and put in Postman and click on send button. That is the only difference. Now when I execute this, right, now you see if you get 200, that means success. So you will get success message, or else you will get, so it will show you the what are the responses you will get. Either you will get 200 successful or 400 invalid status value. So when I click on clear, okay, by default it is selected. So if I don't select anyone, without selecting, if I click on execute, it will give you 400 bad requests. So first we will test this manually, each one, like find by ID. Say if I say this one, try it out. So each and every API you need to click on try it out. Then here by ID I want to mention this some pet ID. So say if I mention one pet ID, if that pet ID is not existing, so I'll get 404 error message. Right? Responses, what are the possible responses you will get? Either 200 or 404 not found or 400 invalid ID supplied. So here what is happening here, the ID does not exist. So if I give existing ID, so how do I get from here? I can get some existing ID, right? Yeah, so these are very big IDs are there. No, some any existing ID. See, this is one existing ID, right? Pet. Copy. Here if I put this, now when I click on execute, now I got 200. So that pet details I got. If I mention some ID which is not exist, you will get 404 error. That means you need to pass correct value here. So that means here you can do parameterization. Okay. So now when it comes to scripting, how to do the script for this? Problem is, how do we do the scripting for this? So since there is no I would say script recording, so what we can do here is you just open on Jmeter, okay, right click, add thread group, add one thread group. Okay, so here we can add some controller. Like first one is, let us assume I want to script this one. First one is find pet by status. This is of get message, right? This I want to first take, I want to create a script. So when first we will execute manually, I got 200, then only we will do, otherwise you don't need to do. So we'll take the screenshot and send it. So here you'll get the information. Curl means the method. Hyphen H means what? Hyphen H means the header that we are using. Okay, and this is your entire URL. So this is called end URL, endpoint, URL endpoint, where you are passing status as a parameter. So if it is a get, directly we can copy and put in your browser, it will give you, but post you cannot test, because in post actually you are sending the data, right, through body. So first, how do you create the Jmeter script for this? Let us say, what is this? Find pet by status, right? So you can give your transaction name here. I will add one transaction. Here you can give find so anyway you can select this as, so this I have added, right? Now we'll also add the view results tree. Now here I can directly add HTTP request, since each API is what? HTTP request only, right? So here you can give the same name for this. Now here I will enter the URL manually. What is the URL? Find pet by status. This is the entire URL, right? or you can call it as an endpoint URL. Copy this. Now the same things you will enter here. First one is what? HTTPS, right? And this is my server is what? This one, petstore.swagger.io. petstore.server. This is my domain. Port number HTTPS always 443. Okay. And method is what? Get. We know that. Method is here, you can check. Get. And this path actually you can take it from here. After IO2 /. Pet find by status. If you observe, this is actually status equal to available, right? The 3 status. This either you can pass as a URL, but when in a request, this actually is a parameter. Okay, so if this is get request, this is kind of a parameter, then what you can do here, you can add this. Click on this parameter, click on add. I'll say status. Here value, I'll put it as available. Okay, now I can remove this. This is only for get message. Okay, so if it is passing any value in the URL, that is a parameter, so you can add in your parameter. Okay, that's it. You have done everything. Now if I run this, it should execute this and I should get the results. But the thing here is I have to add the header. See, here you have a header. Sometimes it will work. If you don't add a header, this will throw an error. What is this header? -h accept application JSONs, whatever. The same thing, you need to add this manual because we are not recording, right? So each and every header you need to add them manually. So how do I add? Just right click on your request, click on add, then you can say config elements, HTTP header manager. Here you need to add whatever header it is passing. Just I'll take this entire line. Better you put this in comment so that we can add properly. Add accept. So better you JSON, right? Now when you run, you should also get the 200 message. That if you don't get 200 means you're doing something wrong. See, I got an error. What is the error? Not found. Okay. What is this? You should get the same thing. Maybe I'm doing something wrong here. Pet stored. Find by status. Maybe in the header something wrong. It should take pet store to swagger.io 443. It's a get message. Okay, pet find by status. What is the problem? Wait a second. If it is working there and it's not working in your Jmeter, that's your script problem. You need to find out. Accept JSON. So let me first delete it. Pet find by status. Get.
So in path, do we need to remove that backslash before we are starting that path?
No, this should be there. Path will start with the backslash only. When you run this, actually you should get the direct. So it says right cannot be, something wrong here. Petstore.swagger.io. See, if I run this directly, okay, v2. Okay, what is the problem I got? There's something missing here. After IO, I missed this v2. Understood? v2 is there. So while copying and pasting, so you need to be careful. Right? That is what the miss. Even if I miss something, so while this I have taken from here, actually this v2 is also there, right, in the path. Now header, let's add the same header.
Screen is not visible.
Yeah, see here when I executed, that is also I'm getting the same. The reason is here pet is there, actual here you have v2 also, right? So if you do this kind of mistakes, it will not work. So let us come back. Now I have added v2 and also I need to add this header. Sorry. better copy paste properly. Now let me run this. Yeah, this is no such host. Okay, just to remove me this host. We just need to check the error. Then let me run. Now it is working. If you observe, what was the error mistake? First thing I did is this I missed. Second time, here I did put www. Actually, you need to copy as it is. There is no www, right? So this is your server. This is your server, or right? So that, and your path will always starts from the backslash. If I missed a single character, it will throw error. And if I'm adding any header, you need to add. Now when I run, it should also give me the same response. So here I got same response request. I should get 200. Okay, the response date also I got, right? So this is the, since this is open source, people are using like anything, so they're putting all junk values. But so here I can change the parameters. This is getting stuck. Hold on. When normally you have huge volume, you'll have this. This will be getting stuck. Normally for API, always put this in JSON format. You'll get like this. Now this is, here I can change this available to. So what all the status available? I recorded for only available, right? So I can check for pending, I can check for sold. So what I can do here is, here I can put pending, and when I run, now it should give me all the pets whose status is pending. So you can see this status pending. This is the name of the thing, name, ID, right? So like that, here you can what we can do, we'll add one more also. We have added only one, right? Like that, one by one we need to add. Next one, find by status is 1, find by pet ID. Okay, so what we will do is, first we will create a pet, that then we'll run that, it will create a pet ID, right? That ID we will search. Here how do you are creating a new pet? Add a new pet to the store, this one, right? So if you observe, this is what is the post one. Let us try to create this one. In the post, actually you need to pass, try it out. This is your body, you need to mention. So you have to give some, I'll give 105 ID, pet ID, its category, name. So what are the different categories? So actually for this also I have created a test data. Let me, so I have created test data for this API also. You can also use like status is available pending sold. Pet ID I have given something. Okay, strings and everything. I think. Hold on. We need to give. Okay, let me. Another test data I have. Category name from where we are getting. I think that is gone. Looks like pet ID is there. So okay. I think that is gone. So another one. API test data. Let me put it here. Yeah, API test data. Yeah, we'll use this. See, there is a status, pet name, category, right? Predator. So this we can use as a test data. So we'll see how to use that. Put it in API test data. Yeah. So I want to, in place of category, I want to use this data, right? That we'll see how to use. Now, first go back to the actual. First, we need to run manually, right? Whether this is working or not. Predator. First, I want to give the name as category name. Category. This is your pet ID. The category name I'll give it as Predator. That category ID we can give some number, right? So name is doggy, or you can give anything else. I'll add a wolf. Photo URLs, this string. I'll just leave this as tag. So for everything I want to put some tag ID, some different number. Okay. Tag name, you can give any some kind of name, and its status is available, right? Now this is called body. So I'm creating a new pet. For this I'm entering these details, so it will create a new pet record in the database. Now when I click on this execute, it should run, right? Add a pet, new pet. Now I got 200, right? So manually when I add this in my Jmeter also, I should get the same thing. If you observe here how many headers? 2 headers. Okay, and I have hyphen D means what? This is hyphen D is body, hyphen H is header, hyphen X is like what is the method you are using, post, and this is the endpoint URL. Simple. here if you look at the endpoint URL, you don't understand. Okay. So let us how to add this in Jmeter. Let's go back to our Jmeter. Find pet best is working fine, right? So I will add. So for each thing you can add a separate controller. And here what you are adding a new pet, right? Add pet to store. Some name I'll give. I'll put this above because this should be first, right? First you should add generate parent sample. Now I need to add a request manually. Simple. If you observe here, these things should be the common. Okay, these things should be common. So here instead of every time running, what we can do, you can use config element user defined variable, right? So here instead of this one, I am passing every time, right? So this I can pass it as separate URL. So here I can add as a host. Host equal to this one, right? I can pass this in place of here every URL. I can pass this in place of right, or I don't want to mention the entire thing. What we can use here, you can use config element. There is something called HTTP request default. So here first I define host. So here if I mention this value, I don't need to mention this HTTPS here 443, right? If I mention this, and in here actually I can mention this host, or directly I can mention the URL. People are not able to join, it seems. Okay, so what we are doing here, I am using a request default here. If I put this, or I can put this also, but I want to put this as a host, right? Now what happens, I don't have to mention everywhere. This thing is blank, right? I can put everything blank because we are not recording, right? So I don't need to type everything. Even if it is blank, it should work. It's working, you can see. Just taking the entire request. but here I'm mentioning anything, nothing. This is I left is blank, right? So this I'm getting from request defaults and user defined variable. Okay, so that every time we are manually adding, right? You don't need to copy every time here. I just write the path. So what is the path here? Let me check the path. We are adding new pet, right? Yeah, this is the end URL path, right? This should be post and HTTP this thing after -v2. This is the main thing. This is the path simple. I'll just copy, put it here in the comment section. Just take only the put it here. Sorry, why we are not able to copy this? Right, so this should be post. Okay, now it is post, and then main thing here is what? Body data. Here you need to enter for post, you need to enter the body data. What is the body data? So this is what we are entering, right? You can put as it is, just copy. The problem is once you have created with the same ID, you cannot create with the same ID. It will throw error, right? Already it is created. So here ID, everything will change anyway. So we'll give different 115, some number you can give.